Hi, I'm Stephen Cook. I was born in Aspen, Colorado, and I currently live in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm a manufacturing engineer. I studied manufacturing engineering technology at Brigham Young University, and I used to drive every day about 90 miles and at 90 miles an hour from Salt Lake to Provo to get to school. I had a wife and 2 children, and it was really hard working full-time, going to school full-time, and I thought, man, if this little Toyota Tercel had wings, it could fly. And so I saw a crop duster on the side of the field. It was actually a tractor crop duster, and I thought, man, you know, if we could put wings on this Tercel, it could fly and get me to work and to school quicker. My business is building the Volante Air Car, a beautiful street-legal car that's going to revolutionize personal and family transportation. It comfortably seats 5, handles well, and gets 35 miles per gallon on the road and using ordinary gasoline. It fits easily in your garage, and oh yeah, it actually flies. For the price of a luxury automobile alone, you can buy a plane and a car in one combination vehicle. You can take off from a small local airport, fly up to 700 miles at 150 to 200 miles an hour, land, and drive right to your hotel. No TSA screening, no taxi, no Uber, and no waiting in the baggage line to pick up at the terminal. How cool is that? And with the optional vertical takeoff and landing package, you can skip the airport and take off right from your local neighborhood vertiport.
Hi, my name is Kristen Rice-Prinzing. I'm the daughter of the original inventor of the Volante Flying Car, Colonel K.P. Rice with the USMC. So my father started out at Cornell University, where he received an engineering degree. He went on to MIT, where he received a master's in aeronautical engineering, and then Cornell University, where he received a electrical engineering master's degree. He was a fighter pilot for 30 years in the Marines, but also he was assigned to various projects to evaluate and innovate new weapons systems. He created and designed a multi-carriage bomb rack and a nuclear shield for pilots who were flying nuclear weapons. He also was a fighter pilot squadron commander in Vietnam in the late 1960s. He lived to invent and to fly. He built 3 separate airplanes from concept to completion. This is the OV-10, which he saw a need for in Vietnam. They needed a plane that could move quickly when needed, could fly slowly over enemy territory, and go underneath the canopies, which were so heavy over there. So he saw the need for this. He knew about the government bureaucracies, so he actually started building this in our garage in Santa Ana. Once he had finished the prototype, he then was stationed at the Pentagon, where eventually this OV-10 was sold to all the branches of our military, 8 different countries, and this is still in use as forward air command for CAL FIRE.
I'm seeking a measly $3.5 million in exchange for 35% equity in the company. We'll use the Series A round of funds to hire key people and build a working prototype of the air car. We'll contract with a leading-edge aeronautical engineering company, the DARcorporation, to complete the design, and then hire Skilled Composites, a division of Northrop Grumman, will build and test the prototype. Ultimately, we plan to purchase and build a factory in Salt Lake City, Utah, and maybe even in China one day, to mass produce our air cars. And we're going to have to make a lot of them to meet the demand. There are already a couple of existing flying cars out there on the market, but the Volante Air Car carries twice the number of passengers, twice as far, at twice the speed, and at half the price of the existing models. There are a third of the U.S. households that have an income of over $100,000 a year, many of whom have always wanted to fly, but who could not afford to buy a car and an airplane both. The Volante Air Car changes the whole game, and we're even going to include the cost of your private pilot certificate in the price of the vehicle. And a lot of those soon-to-be flyers or pilots are also small business owners who will use their Volante Air Car for business as well as pleasure. When Henry Ford developed the Model T, existing auto owners were mostly the few and the wealthy, like the aircraft owners of today. But soon we became a nation of auto travelers with newfound freedom to explore the country and the mobility to get to where the jobs were. Now the air car will bring air travel and added freedom increasingly to upper middle class owners who can get to where the jobs are and enjoy expanded travel horizons. So where are we now? We have an actual working 2-seat proof of concept prototype. But the air car we're planning is currently designed as a CAD model on the computer screen. The business plan and financial plans are complete. We're excited to secure the funds and complete the design, build the prototype, and have the FAA and DOT certify the air car. And I loaded up this. This is the car portion of the Volante. This is the center wing section of the Volante, and then over there are the actual wings. So I drive this around my neighborhood. I'm just getting the I'm getting the turn signals wired this week, and I'll register it on the road as a side-by-side vehicle. I installed the headlight myself, and then it's got a Yamaha Raptor motor in it, 660 cc's. It really gets up and goes, and it corners on a rail because it sits so low to the ground. It's only a few inches off the ground. Now, we haven't actually gotten a flight yet because it's licensed by the FAA since 1980 to fly in either in California, in Mojave or another airport in California. And so I haven't been able to fly it here at the South Jordan Airport. However, I have done 5 hours of high-speed taxi testing back and forth. I've gone at least 20 times back and forth at about 60 miles an hour. And I tell you what, all the mechanics thought I was going to take off and fly, and I could have. If I hadn't let up on that throttle, I would have been flying it last week. And that motor really gets up and goes. So it actually has a Lycoming 0320 motor. It's a 4-cylinder, 150 horsepower aircraft motor. It has a wood propeller, and it's a pusher prop behind it. And this really gets up and goes. It wants to go fast. Henry Ford once said, "Mark my word, a combination airplane and motor car is coming. You may smile, but it will come." I even quoted this to Henry Ford's great-grandson, Bill Ford, the current chairman of Ford Motor Company, as I presented the air car I did to him a few years ago. In addition, I met with Burt Rutan, the most prolific aircraft designer and builder that ever lived. We plan to hire the company he founded, Scaled Composites, to build the prototype, as they are arguably the best in the world at building composite prototype aircraft. Burt's company is now owned by Northrop Grumman, the company that builds the most advanced aircraft in the world, the B-2 bomber. I've invested over $100,000 into the Volante air car over the past 25 years. I've written a 100-page business plan and financial plan outlining exactly how to bring the air car to the mass market. This is an idea whose time has come. The ultimate goal for the Volante is to grow the business to 2 to 5 billion in sales over the next 7 to 10 years, and then sell it to Ford, GM, Chrysler, or maybe Toyota, Honda, Daimler, Audi, or BMW. Most importantly, the air car will bring greater prosperity and freedom to a whole new segment of society and make the whole world a better place to live, travel, and enjoy life. I'm just a simple guy, but I have big dreams. I love to compete and coach freestyle mogul skiing and play in ultimate frisbee tournaments. In addition, I coach skiing for Wasatch Freestyle and for Bingham High School Club Ultimate. And I love to fly airplanes. My biggest challenge so far is generating the faith necessary in others to invest in this awesome new technology that will revolutionize the personal transportation industry as much as Henry Ford's Model T and the Wright Brothers Flyer combined. I've already got my family and friends believing that the Volante air cars are the future of personal transportation. However, they wonder why I'm so obsessed with bringing this new technology to market. This is my dream, it's my passion, and we will succeed with an investment and guidance from the Sharks. Sharks, will you join us in bringing the air car to market?